The one who asks questions leads. Asking questions is sometimes, connected to being insecure, not knowing things, feeling stupid, looking stupid, and so on. But listen carefully. There is nothing that is more wrong than that. In sales, we know that asking questions helps you to lead a conversation and go towards your sales goals. And same thing is on an entrepreneurial journey and is on any journey in life. Now, to acquire knowledge, you must read. That is super important. Read every day and get as much information and knowledge as you can. But then, right after that, asking questions is the most powerful thing you can do. I've personally never been afraid of asking questions to people that have great knowledge. Why? Because the people that you're going to ask might have great knowledge in different kind of areas and might give you different kind of perception and point of views on a specific topics or on a specific thing you would like to know. And you might feel, I already mentioned this, you might feel afraid of asking, if I ask too much, he's gonna get bored, he's gonna get bothered, and so on. But what I can assure you, and this is like 100% sure, all of the super smart people and any kind of people I have met and I have asked questions to was always super cool about it. On the contrary, they didn't felt like I was stupid or I didn't know things, but they felt this guy is curious. This guy wants to know more about a specific topic and he's asking me. And I've had the chance to speak to millionaires, billionaires, even with my investors and everyone that is around me, even customers that I know that they have great companies and so on. Whenever I don't know something or I'm curious about how a certain thing is done or how this specific person would do a certain thing, I ask directly. I go there and ask them, how would you do that? How have you done that? What happened when you did this and this? So also when you ask questions, you should try to be as specific as possible. So if you don't want to look stupid, then you should know what you're asking and why you're asking it. This is a kind of a base in everything when in business and with certain kind of people. But asking questions and getting the answer will give you the chance to acquire knowledge from so many different kind of people and also to start putting dots all over. So I tell this to a lot of the people and the guys that work for me. You have to put points, like imaginary points. Imagine of the sky and you put points, and at some point when you have acquired so much knowledge and you have asked so many times, so many people, different kind of things, and you've got different kind of opinions, you will start being able to connect the dots in a way that it will help out your own journey. And there has been nothing more powerful in my life than asking questions. When I had to do the business plan, I had no clue. It was the business plan for Startup 2. I had absolutely no clue about specific things because I've never done them. And I can go read, but every time I would read something, I would have the feeling, this is not exactly my situation. So while even when you read, you have to try to adapt and read in between the lines about how you should take out certain information for your specific case. But right after that, asking people, asking entrepreneurs, even asking friends and family, helps you to get a wider and broader perspective of things and get nearer to your goal. Try to go ask about anything that you're wondering about, and you will know and you will understand how much power and how much knowledge you can acquire by just asking people their opinion. They will feel very good about sharing their opinion with you because they get asked, and whenever someone gets asked, somehow their own ego blows up because they say, okay, this guy seems like a smart guy, he's maybe not the most successful entrepreneur yet, but he's asking me. And you will be surprised about how open people are on sharing their knowledge with you and helping you reach your goals. I've once seen a video from a consultant, and he was saying that he was on a board with like 12 C-level or executive people, and there was one guy who was pitching something. And everyone in this boardroom was just saying, yeah, they were looking. And he could somehow notice that they had no clue. And he was the only one that didn't have an MBA and wasn't, the one with the highest education. But at some point, he stopped and said, sorry. I know I might be or feel like I'm the most stupid in the room, and I might be, but this doesn't make sense to me.
A long time ago, I had a client. They invited me to sit in on a meeting from the consultant that they had hired. And so all the C-level executives and me, and this consultant was giving a presentation about something. And all the C-level executives were sitting there nodding, and I didn't understand a frickin' word of it.
Yeah.
Right? I was like looking around like, yeah. And so I'd raise my hand and say, I'm really, really sorry. I know I'm the only person in this room without an MBA, but this doesn't make sense. Can you just say it again, please? I'm really sorry to slow the meeting down, everybody. And one by one, all the C-level executives said, yeah, I don't understand it either. Now, if the idiot hadn't spoken up and said, I don't understand, they all would have nodded their heads for fear of looking stupid because they didn't understand. And they would have paid a lot of money for a document they didn't understand. It's because I'm okay being the idiot. I'm okay everybody in the room going, oh, because I have to ask questions until I understand it. But the reality is once I can get to the point where I understand it, I can get it so simple that I understand it, and I can say it in simple terms. That means
But the point is, you gotta have the courage to ask questions, and also to ask uncomfortable questions. And this is maybe a topic that we will have to consider a bit more further, not in this video here, but asking questions will always help you out to be the most informed guy in a room. The more you ask questions, the more knowledge you get, the more power you get, because you are a person with a great knowledge taken from so many different kind of people. So don't forget, game changers, ask questions if you want to be successful, because asking questions will lead you to ways you cannot even imagine.